Welcome to Live Inside the Booth. I'm your host, Marlon Lowe. Thanks for joining us today. Look, as always, not going to hold you long. I'm in this booth. It's kind of hot in here, but we're going to get it going. Listen, got Marcus Sloan with On the Radar Exposure, and we got Doug Jones with Recruiter Cheat Sheets inside the booth today. We're going to talk about the games in Houston, the high school games in Houston, Texas today, for games of the day for Tuesday, December 11th. So without any further ado, want to make sure, well, take that rec. Before we bring up our panel on, make sure you hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel that you're watching right now. And also hit the share button so friends can see exactly what you're watching and be able to support the show as well. We want to be able to grow. We want to be able to support each other so we can get a larger volume watching, so we can be able to support, showcase, and talk about more teams, more players, more schools and matchups across the state of Texas and across the country eventually. But right now, let's get ready to get started with our panel. I'm going to bring in Marcus Sloan with On the Radar Exposure, and bring in Doug Jones with Recruiter Cheat Sheet. What's going on, fellas?
What's going on?
How's everything going?
Pretty good.
Can't call it.
Doug,
What's up, man?
I see a jersey in the background, man. What is that?
Jacoby Brown, baby, put out to Texas. My little bro.
Jacoby Brown.
When he was at Texas, that was his freshman jersey. His freshman year.
That was a freshman year. Oh, he gave you that jersey?
Yeah.
It's pretty nice right there, man.
He don't want to sign it for me, though. He say he don't sign stuff for family, so I just got to take the jersey.
You don't sign stuff family, but his sign stuff for strangers?
Yeah.
Huh? I said he don't do for strangers.
Yeah, exactly.
Look.
Yeah.
Let's get ready to talk about our game. Let's get ready to talk about our games of the day.
Okay.
Here in Houston. Sloan, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Sloan kind of slowed down a little bit. I think his connection probably went out on a little bit on us, Doug, but I seen him back moving.
Yeah,
I seen him back moving around now. Huh?
So yours did too for a minute, but it's back.
It did for a second. I took a little quick pause right here. I had to get something going on the booth, man. The air conditioning kind of went out. Like I said, it's hot in here, so that's where it is.
Get hot in the booth, man.
Yeah, huh?
Said it get hot in the booth.
It does. It gets hot in here. We're gonna talk about it today. We got a matchup that's going down tonight, 7:00. This past winner of the Fort Bend ISD tournament, Elkins High Schools with Coach Thompson, they beat Hightower High School with Coach Woods in a championship game. Both of you, I know Sloan, you were at that game. Doug, I think you were at the Cy Hoops tournament.
Yeah.
Sloan, before we get into this matchup about tonight, because Elkins High School plays Tompkins High School at Tompkins for 7 p.m. tonight, can you give us a little recap on that Elkins championship against Hightower?
It was a really intense game at not Del Mar, at Wheeler. Kind of brought back old memories of how it used to be in Fort Bend. Back in the day, two rivals played. Mo City was definitely in the building. It was a high energy game, high level intensity game. Stretch Williams took the game over, man, defensively. He had 7 big blocks in the game. It was a back and forth game early. The kid Bryce Griggs played really well for Hightower. He and Chris Felix. But the kid for Elkins who kind of goes a little bit under the radar is the kid Colin Warren. I think he does a lot more than people give him credit for. He's a leader. He's steady. He kind of slows the pace down when things need to be slowed down. He's to me their de facto floor general / leader. And he was really big in that win versus Hightower.
Okay. Doug, did you stay for the championship game out there at the Cy Hoops?
Yeah, I did.
And we know that Lancaster went on to beat Cy Springs in the championship game.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that game as you viewed it from your perspective.
It was kind of tough. Like, Cy Springs was behind the 8 ball from the jump, being that it was that third game of the day. And that was Lancaster's first game all day due to the weather, out there. But Lancaster just had too much, man. The guard played with Mike Miles, Wade Taylor, and Marco Foster's the guy that goes unnoticed. Like, that kid has a clip. He had 18 points with 6 or 9 from 3. And Farron Douglas, man, he does a great job with those kids from Lancaster, man. They tough. You know, that Dallas toughness, man. And that we don't see them much in Houston, unfortunately. But South Springs really surprised me this weekend, though. Like, Bonke played really well. He had 17 and 14 in the championship game. They just didn't have enough in the championship game for Lancaster.
Okay.
Which is not a bad loss. I mean, considering that's the number 3 team in the state. So
Definitely.
Yeah.
We're working on with Coach Farron Douglas on trying to get Wade and Marco up inside the booth real soon. So I like their group. You know, Mike, like you said, they led by Mike Miles and Wade Taylor. So I think that they definitely somebody to be reckoned with across the state. Top 3, they're going to get it in. I like that. But let's talk about this matchup tonight. We just talked a little bit about Elkins and their win in the Fort Bend ISD championship game over Hightower. Now tonight they go to Tompkins High School for a 7 p.m. start. Doug, what you think is going to be the results of this? Tell us a little bit something about it, or give us some tangibles for both squads.
Well, like you said, Colin Warren is like the third that mixed the drinks for Elkins. You know, everybody knows about Stretch Williams, but Colin Warren is a big piece that comes over there. My interview Stretch like a week ago, and he was telling me that playing with Colin has made it so much easier for him, not having to do as much. But Elkins also has Jacoby Harris, the sophomore guard, that's really tough, good defender, makes good plays. Tyler Caligari is an undersized postman, but he's a rebounding machine. And Elkins really, they really, really have a good team over there at Elkins. A lot of people don't really talk about them. Tompkins have a freshman, Brian Beebe Knight, has really been putting up some good numbers this year. I think he's going to be the next one in the line of Tompkins. They're following the Jamal Bieniemy era. And they also have a kid named, hold on, I got it right here, my bad. What's my guy's name? Murray Grant and Jordan Henderson. Jordan Henderson, 6'6" junior. Kind of like a small forward, you know, can pop out, hit the shot. To Murray Grant, the tough guard that played a significant role in their state title run last year. He was like the underclassman that came in and played for him. So should be a good one. I think Elkins at the end will have too much for Tompkins tonight, though, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah. So what's your feelings on that? Do you have anything to add to that, or you're in agreement with Doug?
Yeah, I'm in agreement with Doug. I think Elkins has too much experience, too much depth for Katie Tompkins. Like Doug mentioned a lot ago, it's the guy that Katie Tompkins is their first year getting major varsity experience because that team was so senior Latin last year. So I expect Elkins to come in and handle business.
Okay. It's interesting to hear about Beebe over there. I've seen Beebe a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. He's really grown. He's tall and slim, and also he's like you said, he can really put that thing in the hole. So that's good that he's making a name for himself, and you guys recognize him there. Second game tonight. Definitely 2 teams that played in the Cy Hoops Invitational. We got Cy Lakes at Cy Springs for 7:00. That to me seems like that could be a pretty good matchup. They got some good guard play across the board, but I'm gonna let you all talk about it. Sloan, you want to start out on that one?
Yeah, definitely. Cy Springs coming off a big Cy Hoops Invitational tournament, surprised a lot of people get to that championship game. They have a point to prove, I think, in that district. I think they were a little bit overlooked. People never really talk about Cy Springs in that district. And they'll be playing Cy Lakes team, who they have a kid, Kevin Mars, who's a junior, he's been up and down, to say the least. But when he's on, especially from 3, he brings an extra level of confidence and an extra score for that team. The kid, Zach Selvage, trying to get healthy. Cy Lakes' best player, their point guard. He's been having a nagging injury all year. I definitely think he'll be in action tonight. I talked to his dad earlier. He said he will play. He's about 75%, but of course it's a big district game, big rival game, so he will be in uniform tonight. My prediction is Cy Springs coming off that Cy Hoops tournament. I think they'll win the game just because now they're confident and they've shown that they can win, games against better teams. And I think their swag is up a little bit. And again, it's a rivalry game, so they take that more personally than a normal game, I would say.
I know that Coach O's gonna have the guys fired up, especially if he hears anything about Sloan thinking giving the advantage to Side Springs, and they're gonna be at they're gonna be at Side Springs as well. But Sloan, that's a good call. What you think, Doug?
I agree with him, man. I think Side Springs is gonna win. I just wish Marcellus Paul gives Salt Lake a little bit more than I've been seeing. Like he definitely has the talent for watching them the past couple of summers, but it's just been so inconsistent, man. And like, I just wish he would give them more. But yeah, I'm agree with South Springs winning it. Just like you said, the confidence is a big factor in high school kids, man. And when you come off a run like they beat some pretty good teams in that Cypress tournament, man. Port Arthur Memorial, Side Creek, so there's some good wins for those guys. And Bonke's playing well, and my guy Cameron Scott, the senior guard, played really well this past weekend. So, yeah, I'm rolling with South Springs, man.
Yeah, I had a chance to watch Cameron Scott as well, and he impressed me when I watched those few games out there. So, Cody Hunter got to the rim and made actually the game-winning shot against game-winning layup against Port Arthur Memorial. So, those guys are playing well. I'm looking forward. Now, at the same time, I did get a chance to see Side Springs. I'm not going to go into them. This is for y'all, but I kind of like how Coach O has those guys playing as well. They're playing pretty good. Third game of the night. We only got 5 that we're going to go over tonight. And today, we're going to go over, talk a little bit more in details about some other things towards the end. But third game, we got Side Creek. We staying in Cypress. We got Side Creek at Side Fair for 7 p.m. Doug, enlighten us. Let us know how this matchup looks.
Quick, is Nate Boy coming back tonight? Because I heard he was. I don't know how true that is.
I'm not sure.
If he comes back, it changed the whole dynamic of that game. But South Fair has the big guy Zach Ayemi. I can't pronounce his last name. But the big man, Zach Ayemi. How you know how to pronounce his name, huh?
Ayemi.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah,
the big fella's been playing pretty. He played really well this weekend in the Cypress tournament. Averaged a double-double, like 21 and 10. They also have the guard Nick Ellis, with about 5'9" point guard, but makes good plays, can hit open shots. But yeah, South Fair's not bad. South Creek played in the Consolation Championship against Langham Creek. They have DJ Richards. They have a couple, like I said, if Nate Martin comes back, they'll change the whole dynamic. But DJ Richards has to be one of the top shooters in the city. He had 30, like 38 in one game this weekend. So this is a tough one to pick. I'm going to go with South Fair in this one. That's what I'm rolling with.
With Ayemi. You rolling with Ayemi and South Fair?
I'm rolling with the big fella, man.
Okay. Let's say you Sloan with this matchup right here with Side Creek and Side Fair. Who are you taking? What's the numbers?
I was nervous at first. I thought Doug was about to make the wrong choice and choose Side Creek. Side Fair has been rolling, man. The kid, Big Zach, he's been tough for them inside all year. He's averaging in the Side Hoops tournament, he averaged 21.5 points, 10 rebounds a game. He's starting to get some low major Division I interest. Texas State has reached out to me about him recently. Central Connecticut State with Danielle Marshall as the head coach actually reached out also about him. I just think he's a difference maker, especially without Nate Martin for Side Creek. I'm definitely giving the edge to Side Fair in this one.
Yeah. There it is. So right now we got Elkins, Side Springs, and Side Fair. Those are our winners so far in each of these. I'm not gonna put you on the spot and ask for a plus minus. All we need to know is either a win or a loss. All we need to know if this is gonna be a win or a loss. That's all that's important right now, because at the end of the day, when they look at it tomorrow in black and white, that's all they're gonna look. Who won, who lost. Doesn't matter about what the score was. Now, if it's a bad score, that adds insult to injury, but we can move on from there. Now we're gonna go down a little bit down, 288 South. 288 South here in the Houston area. We got Angleton at Shadow Creek. Angleton at Shadow Creek. That's Shadow Creek has been kind of up and down. They've been mostly up. They took a loss but came back and bounced back up in Dallas last week and got another win up out of it. But who you got on this matchup right here, Doug? Angleton at Shadow Creek.
I'm rolling with Shadow Creek, but I don't think it's gonna be as easy as some people think. Shadow Creek, in my opinion, has the second best point guard in the 2019 class in P.J. Henry. That kid is special, man. I really don't understand how the state of Texas let that kid get out. But Ken Newton been playing really, really well. Been scoring at a high clip. They have Austin Chapman. They have a lot of talent on that Shadow Creek team. Angleton has some talent as well. They have a lot of those kids that played for, I don't know if a lot of people seen Texas Jazz Elite during the summer.
Yep.
Solid team in the summer. Ronnie Taney, a lot of those kids played for those guys in the summer, but they don't have enough for Shadow Creek tonight, unfortunately.
No, so PJ Henry is the guard that is going to Hartford. Congratulations, PJ, on his Hartford commit. I like that. I like that analogy, Doug, is when you say it's difficult to see how that kid got out the state of Texas, but shout out to Hartford for being able to recognize talent and be able to get him out the state of Texas as well. So who you going with on this matchup with the Angleton at Shadow Creek?
I got to go with the house. I live about 13 minutes from Shadow Creek, down 288 Highway 6 near O'Sharon. I've been a couple practices to watch, and Coach President and his group and his staff, they scout really well. They have those kids really prepared. And like Doug said, that senior backcourt of Ken Newton and P.J. Henry is arguably playing right now as the best backcourt in the city of Houston. They complement each other really well. They both fit. Ken is more of a kind of vocal leader, whereas PJ is kind of a quiet assassin, floor general. He's a direct extension of Coach President. And again, like those kids, they play hard and they play for each other. And right now, I have them ranked as OTR's #1 team in the city this week.
Okay, they got them as the #1 team in the city for this week. Now, is it these rankings changing from week to week? Are we doing rankings just like college basketball?
Absolutely, week to week.
Okay.
So anytime you could drop. Like last week, I had Morton Ranch #1. Yesterday, they took that loss to Eisenhower. They dropped in the rankings, and so now Shadow Creek is 1, and Concordia Lutheran is 2.
And for those who didn't know, they took a L. Morton Ranch, #1 team, took an L to your alma mater, which is at Eisenhower. So I know you was a little bit excited about that as well. You like the Reddish twins over there. You always going to push yours. And so if it was going to be anybody that had a #1 team to drop, I'm pretty sure you're excited that it was your alma mater in Eisenhower High School.
Yeah, and I was in the building yesterday, so it made it a little bit more special for me.
All right. Well, let's go to Game 5. Game 5 that we'll go into a lot of details about, but we're going to talk about a few other games more than that. But Game 5, we got down I-10 East, headed towards the Beaumont, the Golden Triangle, for the Port Arthur Memorial area. We got Beaumont Westbrook at Nederland. Doug, I'm gonna let you sit out the first part on this one. We're gonna let Sloan talk about this one first, because I know that you want to try to bring it home since it's in your home area. Sloan, right. What do you think about this Beaumont Westbrook and Nederland game?
I think it'll be a tough game, but Nederland actually beat Beaumont Westbrook early in the year. Am I right, Doug?
Yeah, you're right.
And Nederland has a kid, Hayden Hefner, who's playing unbelievable right now. 6'4", 6'5" guard from Nederland High School, getting recruited by almost every program in the Big 12, really athletic, had a couple 35-point games this year, 2 tournament MVPs. I think he's turned the corner from being a guy to the guy, and I think he'll lead Nederland in a victory tonight over on Beaumont Westbrook, who has a really, really solid team. They have an inside kid, Clayton Carpenter, 6'9", rebounding defender. So, but I'm still giving the edge to Nederland.
Nederland gets the nod. Nederland gets the nod from Sloan. What say you, Doug? You know you got to be a little careful because Westbrook is right down the street from you, so you want to make sure that you're able to go eat at some of them chow halls without any problems.
Nederland closer to me than Beaumont is, man. Nah, but I'm rolling with Nederland as well. I think the home court advantage they have a really good home court advantage. Like their student section is really involved, and I think Westbrook is still trying to figure it out. They do have some talent at Westbrook, like you said, Clayton Carpenter. They also have a speedy point guard named Peter Simon, who's about 5'9". Can he averaged 30 at the Montgomery tournament this week, or whatever tournament they played in this past weekend. He had like 30 a game and made all tournament. But Hayden Hefner is just playing at another level right now. Like, man, that kid, I think he's finally turned the corner. I'm going to see if he's finally turned the corner. I must admit, I'm one of the ones that's been really hard on that kid, but I see he's been getting it in. So I'm rolling with Needle in this one.
All right. I'm rolling. I'm not rolling with either. I'm just kind of just observing and listening, but I'm definitely paying attention to the names that y'all dropping as far as and who's been playing well. I saw a clip that someone sent me the other day of Hayden Hefner getting an in-game steal and going up with a 360 dunk.
Yeah.
That was big time.
That was pretty impressive. That was pretty impressive.
Yes, it was.
So I'll have to give him some props on that. We got two. Let's talk about two other matchups of the evening right now, which is we don't have to go a whole lot of details, but Klein Forest is playing at College Park. Klein Forest is playing at College Park, and we know obviously that Quentin Grimes is not walking through that door tonight.
And neither is a victory for College Park.
No, neither is a victory for College Park.
That's a Klein Forest blowout all the way.
Yeah, man. Is there a kid in the city that plays with more swag than Kyrie McDaniel? You have to show it to me, man.
No. Klein Forest is too talented, too experienced, too tough. That's a 20-point win tonight.
Yeah, easy.
Speaking of Kyrie Daniel, I'll tell you this: he's gonna be inside the booth tomorrow night.
Oh, nice.
You got to make sure you tune in because Doug, you just said it. Does anybody have more swag than Kyrie McDaniel? Let me tell you something. I'll say this right now, and I know I'm going to have to repeat it tomorrow when I get him inside the booth. But look, the young man scores at all three levels. He's got the three ball. He's got the mid-range game. He gets to the rim. He's a laid-back kid too. He doesn't really talk a whole lot. Well, I mean, he will talk. Don't get it. Don't do that. But he just kind of his demeanor just kind of laid back out there. He's just not going at you. But if you come at him, you best believe
you better be ready for it, man.
It's on. Yeah.
He's not a counter puncher. He's a kid that's gonna come at you first. He's gonna
come at you first.
You know what he does from off the beginning. So I'm excited about getting this young man inside the booth tomorrow. Talking about him, he's committed to Central Oklahoma. To be honest with you, I'm gonna say this, and I don't mean no disrespect to anybody, but it's a lot of guys that at the next level up that really missed. The kid can play. The kid can play.
I agree.
Okay. Well, hey, cool. I get an agreement out of y'all on that one. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Now let's talk about this final game before we get ready to take it home. Yates, and these might be just two blowout games. Who knows? But Yates is at North Forest tonight. Now I know North Forest has their new facility and new gym, and will Yates Christian that thing tonight? Put some Christian down on it tonight, or will it be a good game?
I think it'll be a good game just because they're kind of rivals now. But again, Yates they just have too much depth, and they're gonna press as soon as they get off the bus. You know what time it is when they walk in the gym. They got the Yates swag going. Joe Valery's playing really well for them. Reuben Jones playing really well. The kid, what's the guard play with Kuz Elite? Two of them. They call him absolutely Caden Rose. He's back in the lineup. And, it's, again, one of those things where it's too much pressure all the time. They're relentless. And I have Yates win this game by at least 12 to 15 points tonight.
Doug, you got anything?
I think it's going to be closer than people think just based on, like you said, it's a rivalry. And North Forest do have one of the best athletes in the city.
Oh, my God. Yes, they do.
The receiver that's committed to A&M, Desmond. Like, that kid can probably jump over any high school in the city. But just too much Yates, man. Caden Rose, Antoine Norman, Reuben, Joe Valery, Caden. Yeah, it's just too much. Cornell August can shoot the ball.
D. Brown. You keep going on and on. They got this super deep.
Going for days. So.
Yeah.
Man. We just gave a 12-man rotation.
Exactly. Literally, yeah. Exactly.
Oh, man. Okay. Now, This will be a question that we can talk about as we get ready to conclude right now. But there's a coach that has been talking and giving a lot of props to a team around here. And right now, my question to you is this. As far as Houston, Texas is concerned and the surrounding area and the metroplex of Houston, is Cinco Ranch High School the best team in the city?
I don't know if they're the best team in the city, but
they're not the best team in the city, but they've been playing really well. But to say you're the best in the city, we got to see you in, adverse environments, on the road, neutral sites against other high-level teams for you to say that team is the best in the city.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I don't know if their resume actually lives up to them being the best team in the city. So, nah.
Okay. Well, then again, according to OTR, you're right. So you didn't have them up in there. You didn't. I didn't hear you mention them in your top 3 or 4. You said now Concordia is number 2, and you said who moved
Shadow Creek is 1. Shadow Creek is 1. Concordia is 2.
You have a 3 and a 4, 3, 4, 5. You got a top 5 for us?
Yeah, it's Shadow Creek, Concordia, Lutheran, Silsby. I have them up there. I have Eisenhower back up to 4, and the 5th ranked team. I have to look on my. I'm on the phone right now. The 5th ranked team. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see, Lo.
No, you good. You good. You good. We okay with that? Huh?
I got a question.
Go ahead, Doug. What's your question?
If U of H doesn't sell out this game tomorrow against LSU, what does that say about the city of Houston as far as a basketball city?
Sloan.
I don't think it says as much. See, what people have to understand about Houston is, man, like, 1, it's now the 3rd largest city in the country, and 2, man, like, there's so much stuff to do in this city, especially on a Wednesday night, and like, this isn't a college town. Like, it's been plenty of times where like the city has come out for different high school games, pro games, college games. I don't think if they don't sell out tomorrow, which I do think they will sell out, but if they don't, I wouldn't not call this a basketball city or a basketball town.
Okay. That's how you feel, Doug? That's what you think? That's why you posed the question?
I just wanted to know.
Well, I mean, you posed a question for a reason. Obviously, I'm thinking that from a mental perspective, you have your own thoughts on it.
No, I just wanted to know because, like I said, 2 weeks ago, I was at a high school football game, and we do know football is king in Texas. But they had 35,000 people at a high school football game, man.
Where was it, Doug?
At NRG.
Okay.
It was at NRG.
That is a neutral site.
A neutral site.
It is.
Now you got the 24th ranked team in the country playing against a Power 5 team, LSU, and a new facility. Like, I just wanted to know.
Okay.
I think it'll sell out.
Yeah, I think it will too. I think it will sell out. I think it will.
Well, one thing I'll say about this, even though Houston has now moved into as the 3rd largest city in the country with almost 4 million whatever people up inside of it, and there's a lot of things going on in this city. To me, it shouldn't be very difficult to get 7,100 people in that building.
I agree.
I agree.
That's what I'm saying.
I just don't think if they don't sell out, I wouldn't, not say it's a basketball city. But you know me, I always take it personally when it comes to Houston basketball. So.
I get it. We good. Well, guys, listen. Appreciate you taking the time out to let us know about your games, the games of the day to watch. Now, both of y'all have already said this Friday and Saturday are the games that really people should be focusing on and paying attention to. Can you give us give us a brief description of what's going on this Friday? Because we may have to get back on Friday morning or maybe Thursday evening and talk about it so that everybody can understand what games to go to and where it's going to be jumping off at. How about that?
Teddy Wheeler and Rossi Karen have put together this event called the Stars and Stripes at Houston Christian this Friday and Saturday. And they have teams from all over the city and all over the state actually coming in to play 2 showcase games Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
High-level teams too.
Yeah.
Dallas High School, Dallas High School, Entrepreneurial School. They have 2 top 100 kids. Houston Christian's playing in it. Sharpstown High School is playing in it. St. Pius High School is playing in it. Universal Academy. Yeah, Universal Academy out of Dallas is playing in it. They have 3 high-level guys. So Episcopal's in it. Yeah, it's some top-level team, top-level talent coming to play in the city this weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. There you have it. Look, guys, I'm not going to hold you any longer. I appreciate the time that you've taken to be able to give us a brief scenario about what games everybody needs to go watch tonight, pay attention to. And again, we're going to push this out today. So hopefully some of these coaches get a chance to see it. And tomorrow,
bulletin board material.
Yeah, bulletin board material. I'm cool with that.
Y'all won't be disappointed tomorrow. So hopefully you'll go 5 for 5 or 7 for 7. All right.
Hopefully.
Y'all take it easy. Enjoy the day, and thanks for joining me live inside the booth.
All right, thank you. See you guys.
All right. And there you have it. Doug Jones and Marcus Sloan. Doug Jones with RCS Sports, Marcus Sloan with On the Radar Exposure. Doug Jones, you can follow him at Twitter at djones8301, djones8301 on Twitter. You can follow Marcus Sloan at Big Sloan32, Big Sloan, SLOAN 32 on Twitter. Also, follow us at Inside the Booth, at Inside Booth on Twitter, at Inside Booth. Make sure when you come to this YouTube page, you see it, you get a chance. Make sure you share it with people. Hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. You get a chance to understand. You'll get a chance to get free updates, quick updates, first updates for when we get ready to announce new segments and new shows are uploaded to YouTube and for when we live. Again, tomorrow night we'll have Kyrie McDaniel, one of several guys that should be in here inside the booth tomorrow, live inside the booth. I'm Marlon Lowe, for Marcus Sloan and Doug Jones. We appreciate you attending. We'll see you soon.